Hello everyone, this is Amanda with A Joyful Scrapper, back after quite a long hiatus of coming on and doing some videos. And I thought I would start out with participating again with Christy's Beautiful Life and her 30 Days of Sketches Challenge. And this is going to be for day 1. And here is our sketch. Oops, let me find my camera here. And it was created by Ginger Bush. This is the way it was meant to be oriented, but I'm gonna flip it this way because that's the way that my photos sit. I'm going to be using 49 in Markets. I think it's Christmas Spectacular. Yeah, that's what it says down here, Christmas Spectacular collection. And I just have a few sheets from the scrap room. So I'm going to use the black cardstock here. And then we've got this page, which is called Homespun from 49 in Markets Christmas Spectacular. And then we have this page here, which is Exemplified from Christmas Spectacular. The photos I'm going to scrap are of my dogs from this past Christmas, wearing their Christmas sweaters. They look super thrilled in these pictures. I thought they were kind of funny, so we're going to scrap those. And then I have all my little goodie bag from the scrap room. And here's some rub-ons. I'm not sure if we'll use those or not. We'll see how things work out. And then I also have some Bramble Fox here that I may use this instead of the Joyful. I don't know. I haven't decided quite yet. We will see how I feel once I get there. But anyway, so this is what we're going to start with. And I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut these out here. And then instead of these long arrows going down here, I think I'm going to put these maybe in the corners. I don't know if I'll do both or just one corner or how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to cut this out, and then I would like to use some of this for matting my photos, I think. So let me go off camera and I will go ahead and fussy cut, and then we will be back to see how I'm going to end up putting all this together. All right, I'll be back in a few. All right, so I've gone ahead and cut out the florals from the other sheet of paper, and I like that right up there in that top corner. That's kind of like the vision I had in my head. So I really like how that looks with the background paper. I did also go ahead and use the black on the background for a mat behind the printed sheet. I did mat my photos both in the black cardstock and then in the plaid black and white paper, and I think that works really well with the colors of my dogs and then the colors of the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and put these down on the bottom. I like just having them in a straight line like that, not wonky, not anything. I'm trying to get them as straight as possible, but I did not have my T-square ruler sitting right there, or it probably was, but it was buried in something off to the side. So I didn't use that. I just eyeballed it here, but it ends up looking pretty good. And once I'm done with that and I have those all situated and right side up, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick down that corner floral up there. I'm going to leave the ends kind of like free and just kind of curl them up a little bit. You'll see me just curling a couple of the leaves up just to give it just a little bit of texture and dimension here on the bottom. But I like how that looks. I didn't end up using any foam underneath it because it just really didn't need it. And I think even inside my book, I'm going to be able to see that dimension. I do play around here a bit with that other floral. I kind of wanted to use both, but it wasn't working for the design. And so I just figured I can save that for another layout. It'll be just fine. I really like this bingo sheet and I will use it later. I'll play around with it a bit until I find exactly where I want it to be. I really use this sketch as inspiration only because honestly, it doesn't really have most of the elements other than the photos all along the bottom, which of course I flipped the sketch anyway. So it isn't quite what it was meant to be, but you know, that's why we make these sketches, is just to give you a jumping off point. And sometimes these end up being some of my favorite layouts when I just kind of change the sketch to my own
version of it, and I really like to see other people do that as well. You see me playing around with that Spread Joy from Bramble Fox. I really wanted to use that because the colors went beautifully, but I also really liked the Joyful title, and I just couldn't find a way to use both, so I don't end up using the Bramble Fox. That's okay. The Mary bingo sheet is going to stay right over there above the photo. I really liked how that gave me just kind of like a base to do a little bit of a cluster over here. I took that and I took some holly leaves, and then I can't read it from my screen here, but I've got, you know, kind of like one of those little book plate looking things there, a little tab there that I put into. I like this chipboard poinsettia back behind everything. I just think it kind of gives a little flair. I also don't end up using any rub-ons this time, which is perfectly fine. I thought maybe I would use them for a base behind, you know, one of my clusters, but I decided that I didn't need it after I got going. Excuse me. So you can see that I used the Joyful title down there with one of the little fishtail banners down there. I kind of stuck it out on the bottom of the photo. I have this little round element up here that I end up using as another, like, kind of a mini cluster up there on the poinsettia. I am going to scuff up the edges of it. I'm going to use a little piece of chipboard that has a little saying right there on it. And then I did use from Bramble Fox, I had like, they're like little stars or bursts, little black stars or little black bursts, and I did end up using those on this piece, one in each little cluster. And these are just some gems that I had in my stash. I'm using some black and some green just to add a little bit of sparkle and interest to the page. And, you know, this is pretty much all I do to it. I'm putting one little tab there with a little bit of foam behind it so it sticks up behind the Mary bingo sheet. But this page looks very busy and like I did a lot to it, but I really did not. And that is the beauty of 49 and Market, because their papers come with so much detail and so much beautiful distress and everything that we would do, like mixed media, already done. And so you end up not having to put a whole lot of effort in to make a really, really beautiful page. That's why I love their products so much. So this is about it. I'm just going to put a few little finishing gems on here. Excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold, so got to clear my throat just a bit. And here's the slowdown coming now so that you can see a little bit more of that detail close up, a little bit of the sparkle, a little bit of the funny pictures. And I hope y'all enjoyed this very first Christy's Beautiful Life sketch for this series. And I hope I will see you later on as well. Bye for now.